5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. We're launching on ahead without Periscope. Hopefully it will get there and light up shortly. I'm going to talk about back to school and Walmart. A lot of stuff on Walmart today. Here I got the Periscope working. Okay, but first I wanted to start with an interesting story. I didn't realize this. Telephone teaching was the remote learning of the 1950s. In the 50s, students were given a speakerphone or a portable intercom at home and another one on the desk. So this one here is on the desk. And there was a girl who broke her leg or broke two legs, and she could stay home. Yeah, broke both her legs in a car accident. And I would say her legs were broken. She didn't break them. Anyway, so Karen listened in, but when called upon to recite or participate in class discussion, the shut-in student can snap a switch and talk to the class. The only hitch was the teacher must remember the shut-in is there but can't see. So if you're writing stuff on the blackboard or something like that, I don't know if you've ever heard of a blackboard, marker board. It's almost the same except different. The chalkboard was around for hundreds of years. The marker board only has lasted about 40 or 50 or something. Okay, back to school spending could hit record levels. And we wanted to switch over to a little bit of a fun commercial from Walmart. I like the box. I like the branding. In class or in your
However
home.
you go back, we've got your back.
Okay, so Walmart, free 2-day delivery. That's a 15-second spot, which I really like 15-second spots because it doesn't take up my whole show. Anyway, and Walmart will be up next. But parents are stocking up on expensive technology. But shoot. One time I bought, not that long ago, a year and a half ago, I bought 10 laptops for $300, $30 a piece. I needed them for a class I was teaching. And you don't have to buy the kid the fastest gaming technology so he can browse on the web, or she. But anyway, and the kid's telling you they need the expensive noise-canceling headphones. They're not listening to you anyway. I buy them for $3. Anyway, so you don't have to spend $789, but of course, when your kid gets to school, they'll be the one with the bumper stickers covering the deep gouges on their laptop that you bought on eBay. So be careful how you want to ruin your kid, but if you're going to ruin a kid, that might be one of the good ways. Consumers can shop for groceries from Yahoo Mail. There's a couple of things I'm not sure about in this article, but one is that they claim, well, first of all, groceries from Walmart. So we are back to Walmart. Yahoo Mail feature. So now you get a banner ad, but it's only on the iPhone app and the Mac desktop. So it's not on Android yet, which is really odd, I think, because I would guess that if you had to bet, Walmart would have way more online shoppers on Android because it just seems to fit. The iPhone is $800 a pop or $1,000. The Android phone is $200. So which is the value shopper? But anyway, that as it may. Another thing I wondered about was it says 1 in 4 people in the U.S. use Yahoo Mail. Do you know anybody who uses Yahoo Mail? I don't. Oh, sure, I have 3 or 4 Yahoo Mail accounts, but do I check them? Not very much. They're not my main account, right? Gmail is a backup. I have Migmar.com. John at Migmar.com or John at WDMA.org. So customers are leaning on Walmart more than ever for us to help them save money. Right, but it's only on iOS app and the desktop with Android coming later this year. My point exactly. Bad. Okay, here's an interesting feature. As Walmart's self-service capability expands, marketers are now being allowed to easily launch and search sponsored ads on the retailer's e-commerce site. So It's really fascinating because here's one of those applications, much better than retargeting after I've already bought it, where an ad comes up while you're shopping on the Walmart app. And so you're deciding on a coffee pot. I got a Kohl's flyer in the mail the other day with a Cuisinart on it for $99.99. For coffee? Good Lord. I did send out for some Black Rifle coffee. We're going to try it out here on the show and see how we like it. It's like 3 times more expensive than the food club kind I buy at the Pig. But we'll let you know. And if I like it, maybe I'll hit them up for a sponsorship. That would be my first, I think. But I did love their 4th of July commercial. Okay, last year advertising generated $9.8 billion for Amazon, and so Walmart wants to get in on that. Okay, well, no big surprise. Now, where I really want to focus today is 5 reasons why personas work and 3 tips to begin using them. This is by Tim Kerrigan, who sells you on personas. Okay? You remember the Discover Card commercials where people said, "We treat you like to be treated." I thought those were really excellent commercials. I don't have a Discover Card and I don't want one, but I did think that was a wonderful way to show empathy, even though we know it's a lie. It's a blatant lie. It's like to know no boundaries. I think that was Merrill Lynch. And I thought, hey, if I give you my money and you don't think I have any boundaries, then I don't want you with my money. Oh, sure, let's invest in this gogo.com. How about MySpace? Whatever. Anyway, does your company use personas? Now the logic here was fascinating. If not, you're missing a big opportunity to get deep, actionable insights into your customers', I can't even read this with a straight face, needs, wants, preferences, habits, and pain points. What is this from? I had to cut and paste it. I won't blame any magazine for this article. Anyway, 48% of customer experience professionals say that their firm has designed personas, so not even half, that represent target customers. Okay, so we come up with what our targets are, and we talk about what they'd wear and the kind of shoes and the kind of car they would drive and where they would shop and how much they would spend and all the decision making they'll do. We make this up. We make this all up. Tim, how does that help? Oh, yeah, down in the thing. Anyway, they have a major edge over their competition if you make up stories about your customers. So personas, let's get into the details. Maybe he'll convince us along here. Personas bring customer segmentation to life. You know how we segment customers? We look at their buying history by groups. That's what we do in modeling. We don't have to give it fancy names like guns and pickup trucks or furs and station wagons. We actually have the real demographic breaks, and we have their real purchase history categories. We make hundreds of variables, and that tells us how we make segments. It's helpful if it makes some sense, but it's not required if it works again. Okay, let's try this one. Personas help you walk a mile in your customer's shoes. Of course, I'm not walking a mile in somebody's heels. It helps you empathize with each customer's situation, but you don't know the customer's situation. You're making it up. Personas are essential to effective journey mapping. Maybe journey mapping isn't essential. As I've pointed out almost daily, you don't even know why you buy something. Although I did mention one. Did you hear me? Okay. I heard Black Rifle Coffee on Joe Rogan. I think it was Joe Rogan. It might have been on, anyway, I listen to a bunch of talk people, but I think it was Joe Rogan. And he's the most generic, so it's probably good to mention him. And then they did this crazy wild commercial playing the Star Spangled Banner on shooting targets, which I thought was great. And then after that commercial, I thought, and my daughter got a coffee sponsorship on her podcast or her video channel. And I thought, hey, I'm going to buy some. That's what she told me to do. She's my style consultant. She said, go buy some and see if you like it. Because you don't want a sponsorship if you don't even like the stuff. Anyway, so that's a journey. How would you know about my daughter telling me that? Unless you're really spying on my computer. Okay, they help teams come to a shared understanding that you made up. And they identify which customers to focus on. How? You take made-up categories and apply them to your customers and say, well, these are the ones we'd like to have buy. Now, Talbot's tried this a few years ago. And they shut down their catalog. I heard the story from a person from Talbot's. They shut down their catalog for 2 years, going all digital, trying to get younger women because they felt like their customers were mainly older women from the research that they did, which is helpful, but not very good in discerning which exact customer is going to get the last catalog that you're printing or get a phone call from Phone Out because they're such a great customer. Those kinds of decisions will not be helped by aggregating funny pictures about your customers and funny stories. Determine how to best serve each customer type. Notice, and then how to prioritize company resources for each one. Each type, not each customer. We do it on the customer level. Okay? And personas and their unique attributes can be mapped back to your customer database. Unless something changes, like the coronavirus. Now, here's a point. Without research-backed personas, employees are flying blind. What about just research? Why do we have to have research and then build an abstraction, which is a customer persona? And then he says, well, the way to get it really done right is invest time and money with my company and do qualitative and quantitative research studies. We can do that anyway. You know, what was interesting, because I worked with a retailer that didn't have quite 100 stores, but, decent size, and they did tons of this stuff, focus groups and, online research and surveys, and they had 2 or 3 offers that they kept making. What we did instead was we said, why don't you split test it with a postcard and see what generates the most business? So we tried that a couple times, and guess what? There was one offer that did about 3 or 4 times better than all the others at actually driving purchases. Didn't come from the focus groups. It came from A/B split test direct mail. And they went, wow, this is cool. We can actually learn something about what causes a purchase. Yeah. And then we applied that to their TV and to their digital, and the company exploded. And you've heard me talk about that case study. So what happened with Talbot's? I think after they went bankrupt, they went back to printing the catalog. Okay, now doing it right also means doing it often, which means that these customer personas, now that you've got them all built, are a moving target. So you got to redo it at least once a year, revalidation at least once a year. Well, shoot. By the time you roll that out, it's all changed, especially if there's a coronavirus. Here's the even funnier part. We go to great lengths to make the personas look and sound real. Why? Because they're not real. They're not even a little real. Oh my gosh. At least on paper, they make them seem real or in person. For example, we've created life-size cutouts of each persona so clients have them in the room during their meetings of their marketing product. You know what? I'm planning a webinar that's CEO and CFO only by invitation. I'm going to go through all my LinkedIn connections and find just the CEOs and CFOs, no marketing people. And we're going to talk about how this really can work. This guy gives you no basis at all for thinking that there's a return on investment. that it'll change your company's valuation, that will help you sell more merchandise. But this physical presence cements each persona type in attendees' minds so they remember and use those fake insights long after the meeting is over. This is like the worst thing you could ever do. Assume you know your customer and then do everything you can to reinforce that vision that you created, maybe with some research. I'm John Miglosh. Like and share. Have a great day. Bye-bye.